In this short video, what we're going to do is talk about getting good reference images for your drawing or your painting. And if I just do a Google search, a straight Google search for whatever topic I'm going to do, and like today I'm going to do tropical fish, I'm going to get billions of results, and a lot of them are going to be very small pictures, or they're going to be just not the right style, the right file format. They're going to be black and white, all kinds of things. So if we can sift a lot of the bad images out and save ourselves a lot of time if we do a proper search. And so Google allows us to do this. I'm going to go to Google Advanced Image Search, and this is going to give me an ability to filter out a lot of things. So I'm going to say all of these words. I'm going to say tropical fish. I've already done this one time. Now, if I want it to be exact words, if I want it just a barracuda, then or barracuda fish, I want it specific. It's only going to look for those words that are in that file type. So kind of be careful. That sometimes refines it well, but sometimes maybe it refines it a little too much. So then I'm going to say right here, the most important part is image size. And the image size is going to filter out all those small images that we look maybe good on the monitor, but then when we go to try to print it for a reference, it gets all fuzzy because there's not really enough information pixels there. So I find that probably larger than 2 megapixels is probably pretty good for like printing out an 8x10, especially in my classroom. So now here, the colors of the range, we want full color because we don't want black and white. That's not necessarily going to filter out completely. So that could be a full color cartoon, it could be a painting, it could be, I want a photograph. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to photograph, and then I'm going to come on down to the file type, and I want just JPEGs, because sometimes I'll get something that my computer won't open. JPEG or PNG is okay, but I think it's probably safer just a JPEG. And then usage rights, it kind of depends on what you're going to do here. If you're just going to use it for reference, and if it has a watermark, it's probably not a big deal. But a Creative Commons license means it's just open to the public, and you can use it however you want. So I'm just going to click on that as well. And then I'm going to hit Advanced Image Search. So I've got all these different pictures that I know are larger than 2. They're full color, they're a photograph, they're a JPEG, and they're able to be used. So I know you want to grab the first image you find, but just a little bit of time right now at this point, searching for a good picture is going to save you a lot of time down the road. So like this one, I may try that one as an example, or maybe this one. But it looks really cool, like this particular one, but how long is that going to take you to get all these stripes and everything properly done? So you want to be careful. Do something that you want to do, but also know kind of maybe somewhat of your limits. You want to obviously push yourself. So I want to just click on this one. Now what we don't want to do is we don't want to save this small image, because that's called a thumbnail, and it looks like the exact picture that maybe the real picture is, but it's a reduced picture. It's reduced in size so that it will load quickly. That's not going to allow it to blow up very far. It's kind of like taking a small piece of chewing gum and trying to stretch it out, and it's going to rip and rip holes in it. Well, the computer doesn't like ripping holes in the image, so that it makes up colors, and that's where you get the fuzziness. So it's more, what we want is more like that whole pack of bubble gum, where we can stretch it a lot farther. And so what we want to try to do is we want to get it as big as possible. And in this case, if I mouse over it, that's 3,000 pixels by 2,000 pixels. This one's probably 100 by 50 or something like that. So even then, what I'd like to do is I would like to see if I can make it as big as possible. So I want to again click on it and see if it comes up as bigger, and it does. Sometimes even when I get to this point, if you can click on it, there's maybe a plus sign. That means that there's another image there that's even bigger, and so you'd want to get as much digital information as you can. But in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go to Save Image As. Now note, saving link as, that's just the link, so we don't want that. Most of the time we don't want copy. We just want to save the image, and it's important to know where is it being saved. So do I want it to be on my desktop? Do I want it to be on my downloads? Do I want it to be in my pictures? But whatever the case is, I have a lot of students who want to click on it and save it, and then I don't know where it went. So I'm going to also name it. And actually probably a proper naming convention would be using camel case. Starts off lowercase, there's no space, but then when the new word comes in, you have a capital. So that's a good practice to do as well. So that's what we would do to get a good reference. So take the time right now. So it took me 5 minutes to do this, but it may take me 3 hours to do something crazy that I'm not able to paint or draw or whatever. So spend some time getting good reference. Hopefully that's helpful.